Hello everyone. In this video I will be talking about the drying techniques and a comparative study on cabinet dryer and hot air oven. So myself Teena L. am currently pursuing my MTech FSQM degree in MIT ADT University. So first let's see what's drying. So drying is actually a crucial process in food technology and primarily used to preserve food by removing water, which inhibits microbial growth and enzyme activity, and that can also lead to spoilage. It also reduces the weight and volume of the food, making it easier to store and transport. In short, drying is nothing but removal of moisture content from the food. The equipments used for drying are known as dryers, and actually there are many types of dryers. I have enlisted only four major types of dryers that is being used in food industry, and they are hot air oven, cabinet dryer, fluidized bed dryer, and spray dryer. So we will be studying the comparative study of hot air oven and cabinet dryer. Now let's learn about cabinet and oven in a comparative way in order to find which one is better and efficient for use. So first let's see the overview of cabinet dryer. It is actually a closed system in which controlled airflow takes place, and when talking about drying it also does a very gentle drying so that it preserves the color and texture, and it is also energy efficient due to its lower energy consumption. It is controlled airflow and temperature. It is done in closed system, and the drying is very gentle and it is also energy efficient. Now let's see the overview of hot air oven. So it is an open system where the drying takes place faster, but there is less control in it. And there is a potential damage which can affect the texture and color of the product. And it is also energy intensive. It needs higher energy. But in cabinet, everything is totally quite opposite to oven. The system is closed and there is no potential damage that is being caused to the product, and energy extensive. Okay, now let's see the principle of cabinet dryer. So the key principles of cabinet dryer are basically, first one is heat transfer. So in that, the hot air is blown over the food product and usually it is arranged on the trays inside the dryer. And the air often heated between 50 degrees Celsius to 90 degrees Celsius, and that heat is being transferred to the product surface, causing the moisture to evaporate. And then comes evaporation of moisture, in which the product heats up, the water present in the food starts to evaporate, and the moisture moves from the interior of the food to the surface, where it is carried away by the circulating hot air. And air circulation takes place. Proper airflow design ensures that hot air is evenly distributed over the food and providing consistent drying across all trays. So the key points are heat transfer, moisture evaporation, and circulation. Based on these three, the cabinet principle is being carried out. Now we'll see about the principle of oven. So in that, the first, it is heating. So the hot air oven uses dry heat to transfer thermal energy to products or even the materials whatever it is inside the oven. The air is heated by electrical heaters and then circulated inside the oven using a fan or natural convection. This actually ensures that heat is distributed evenly across the surface of the product. And then comes the sterilization part. The oven maintains temperature typically between 150 to 250 degrees Celsius. The dry heat denatures protein and dehydrates microbial cells, and it is effectively killing bacteria, viruses, and other pathogens over time. Now, moisture evaporation takes place. When used for drying, the hot air causes the moisture present in the product to evaporate. As the moisture migrates to the surface of the product, the circulating hot air absorbs and removes it from the chamber. The key points are heat generation, air circulation, and heat transfer. Now let's see the drying parameter comparison. So for while talking about drying, temperature, time and air velocity is very important. So for cabinet, the temperature is around 55 to 65 degrees Celsius, and for oven it is 70 to 80 degrees Celsius. And the drying time for cabinet is around 5 to 8 hours, and for oven it is 3 to 5 hours. Look at the temperature of cabinet, it is 55 to 65 degrees Celsius, which is bit lower. So the drying time for cabinet is higher. When you see for oven, the temperature is around 70 to 80 degrees Celsius. Therefore, oven's time is lesser when compared to cabinet. And the final is air velocity. Cabinet has 0.5 to 1.5 meter per second, and oven has 1 to 2 meter per second. So the specific velocity depends on the type of the product being dried and the desired drying condition, as it plays a crucial role in achieving uniform drying without causing damage to the food. So if you are seeing the drying parameters, temperature, time and air velocity is very important. Moisture content analysis. For moisture analysis, for cabinet, the reduction will be around 75 to 80%, whereas in oven, the reduction will be around 80 to 85%. When we see the uniformity, cabinet has more even moisture profile. Even though the moisture reduction in oven is higher when compared to the cabinet dryer, the uniformity is not that good for the oven when compared to cabinet, because the cabinet dryer dries the product in a uniform manner, so the product's uniformity is good. For texture and color evaluation, in which cabinet has an excellent texture and color retention, while hot air oven has a potential damage for surface cracking and discoloration. Even in sensory attributes, cabinet has more appealing appearance and mouthfeel. So in the texture and color evaluation, cabinet is quite good when compared to oven, because the retention of the color and the texture is good, and it is also appealing and mouthfeel when compared to oven. Nutritional quality assessment. First, let's see for vitamin C. For vitamin C, cabinet has 85 to 90% retention and oven has only 70 to 80% retention. And for antioxidant, cabinet has around 80 to 85% retention, whereas oven has only 65 to 75% retention. And for dietary fiber, cabinet has 90 to 95% retention, which is much better, whereas oven has only 80 to 85% retention. So in the overall nutritional quality assessment, cabinet has more value in maintaining the nutritional quality. So when compared to oven, cabinet will be good for analyzing the nutritional quality of a product. For energy consumption comparison, the electricity for cabinet will be around 0.4 to 0.6 kilowatts per kg, and for oven it is 0.8 to 1.2 kilowatt per kg. And natural gas, cabinet has around 0.2 to 0.4 meter cube per kg, and for oven it is 0.4 to 0.6 meter cube per kg. And for efficiency, cabinet has 60 to 70% efficiency and oven has 40 to 50% efficiency. So in this, the electricity and natural gas consumption is higher in oven when compared to cabinet. Even though the consumption rate is higher in oven, the efficiency is not that great. So even in energy consumption comparison, cabinet is good and better when compared to oven. Cost benefit analysis. In that, the initial investment for cabinet is much higher when compared to oven, because oven has a lower initial investment. And for operating cost, cabinet has a lower operating cost when compared to oven, because oven has a higher operating cost. So the initial investment for cabinet is higher and the operating cost for cabinet is lower. And the product quality, cabinet has a much better product quality, whereas oven has a moderate product quality. So in initial investment, if you are investing more, higher rate in cabinet, the operating cost and the product quality will be good. So in cost benefit analysis also, cabinet is a better option when compared to oven. Now let's see the advantages of cabinet dryer as well as hot air oven with various features. So first one is primary function, in which for cabinet it is controlled drying of materials, and for oven it is sterilization and heat treatment of materials. And comes temperature control, in which there is a precise control over lower drying temperatures around 30 to 100 degrees Celsius. In ovens there is a high temperature control which is more than 300 degrees Celsius. And in uniform processing, for cabinet it actually ensures uniform drying with efficient air circulation. In oven it ensures uniform sterilization with even heat distribution. So in cabinet there will be uniform drying, and in oven it will be uniform sterilization. Then energy efficiency. In that, cabinet operates at lower temperature and typically more energy efficient. Look at the temperature control for cabinet, it is much lower when compared to oven. So there is the operating operate since it is operating at the lower temperature, the energy is efficient. And for oven it may actually consume more energy due to higher operating temperature. So the temperature for oven, as we seen, is it is up to 300 or even more. Then comes material preservation, in which in cabinet it actually retains quality, color and nutritional value in the food products. And for oven it is actually ideal for sterilizing and treating heat resistant materials. The versatility for cabinet dryer is it is suitable for drying a variety of materials, especially for moisture sensitive ones, because the temperature is lower. For oven, the versatility for sterilization and the heat treatment and some drying tasks. Now let's see the disadvantages for cabinet dryer and auto oven in various features. First comes the processing time. It is actually longer drying time, especially for higher moisture materials. And in oven, it is longer sterilization time compared to steam methods like autoclaving. And capacity limitation for it, for cabinet, it will be like it is actually limited by the size of the cabinet and the number of trays being used. For oven, it is generally limited to smaller volumes due to uniform heat distribution is needed. And comes material sensitivity, in which it is actually not ideal for drying heat sensitive materials over extended period. And for oven, it is actually not suitable for sterilizing or processing heat sensitive material like certain plastics and rubber. Not everything, but certain materials like plastic and rubber. In maintenance, for cabinet, it actually requires regular cleaning to prevent contamination, and in oven it requires regular calibration to ensure accurate temperature control. In energy consumption, for cabinet it generally lowers but varies depending on drying time and the airflow. For oven it is higher energy consumption due to the need for maintaining higher temperature. Moisture handling, for cabinet it is efficient at moisture removal, especially with a good airflow design. If the airflow design is good, there will be more efficient in the removal of moisture. For oven, it is less efficient at moisture removal. Primarily, it is designed for dry heat process. Since it is a dry heat process, the removal of moisture content is not that much efficient. Okay, now let's conclude by saying that for cabinet, it is actually best for drying with controlled moisture removal, and it is also good in preservation of materials quality. In oven, it is best for sterilization part, and it is also used for higher temperature processing. So now when we talk about the comparative analysis for cabinet and dryer, cabinet is very efficient in all the parameters like moisture reduction, nutritional value assessment, and in texture and color profile. So when we compare all these things, cabinet dryer is a better option when compared to hot air oven. Thank you.